What Happened This Week podcast. Just two best friends chatting in the trailer about all the things you are thinking about. Because you never know with Kim and Trisha.
Straight out of the trailer. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How was your weekend, Kim?
So, it started out kind of uneventful. Yesterday was a beautiful day. We decided to go on the boat.
Nice.
It's kind of a sporadic thing, which is kind of fun. We don't have plans. But unfortunately, the boat wouldn't start.
Oh, gosh, it's the worst.
It's the worst. And we have a trip.
Yes, on boat.
On a boat.
With your boat.
On my boat. So, and then
did it not start at home or not start at the boat ramp?
It didn't start at home.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, James cleaned it up because it was a little raggedy. And he just decided to do like a quick check. And it wouldn't start. So something to do with the oil. We're not quite sure. He called a buddy. We have somebody looking at it this week. But we were still in pump mode to go on the boat. So a buddy of ours said, hey, we'll pick you up at the sandbar or pick you up at Sandsprit and we'll take you out to the boat.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward to be on someone else's boat, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like going to someone's house that you really don't know for hurricane. It's just like awkward, or just going to someone's stay. I don't know. It's just, I like to have my own stuff.
Yes.
So I definitely felt like I had to earn my keep on their boat, right?
Are you scrubbing? You get to the sandbar, you're scrubbing the bottom of the boat. You're like, hey, give me the scrubber.
Seriously. I spilt my drink, so I had my towel. I was wiping it up. He's like, it's a boat, don't worry about it. So, but it was awkward. But it started out good. We ended up crazy. So of course, in my life, in my whatever happens to me, nothing just is normal, right? So we decided to pull up to this one sandbar area, and we noticed that a lot of wake was coming in because there was big boats. In the midst of that, the boat that we were on, their motor would not trim up, which is not good when you're trying to leave or you want to trim up your motor because it can hit the bottom.
Right.
So that was an issue. So, of course, there's, 4 or 5 guys.
So y'all are having some serious boating luck.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Seriously. That's what everybody said. Like, what's up with the boat thing, right? So, I'm like, we're bad karma for people. And, so, of course, this is just the beginning of the trip. So, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to end well. And I don't want to be stranded here. So, out of 4 or 5 guys, no one had a number 3 Flathead, to be exact.
Okay, number 3.
Remember
different
that.
than a number 2.
Right, there is. I found this out. I had to rehearse it in my head. Number 3 Flathead.
Hey, at least you knew, what it was, I mean, have you ever seen people that don't know what a Phillips screwdriver is?
Oh, yes.
They're like, what's that? And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what a Phillips screwdriver is? They don't know the difference?
Right.
How do you become an adult and not know that? But anyway.
You need to know what a Flathead and a Phillips head
yes,
is.
absolutely.
Definitely. It's a must in your bag. So, they needed a Flathead screwdriver, number 3, to trim up the motor. Between the 2 boats that we were with, neither one of them had such tool. So, myself and Karen decided to walk down to another boat. When I say walk down, I mean it's, in the water. I feel like I got to work out. I had to walk down to a boat. I don't know my, maybe 40, 50 feet down.
Right.
We stumble on this boat. You could tell that they're brand new boat owners. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but very nice, friendly folks. But Karen proceeded to ask if they had the Flathead number 3 screwdriver. Then she proceeded to offer them crack and rum.
Like crack cocaine?
Like crack cocaine and rum.
Okay, well, I mean, quite the combo. Do you have another mixer to go with the rum besides crack?
I didn't even know we had crack, but I knew we had rum.
It's that kind of day on the boat.
It was that kind of day on the boat. So I said, wait a minute. I had to clarify that we didn't have crack and rum. Apparently, the name of the rum is Kraken, but she didn't say the words.
It didn't flow. It was right. Like Kraken rum.
Right.
However, even if you say it fast, Kraken rum still sounds like crack and rum.
Right. But see, it just took me out of left field because all I'm working on is a screwdriver with kids on the boat, and she's offering crack and rum.
Do you think? Well, you walk up to somebody and ask for a screwdriver. Do they think you wanted a vodka orange? Right. And now you're turning your vodka orange into crack and rum.
I know. Totally left field, right? So I'm dying laughing because this is Karen, and she's a hoot. And the guy pulls out, I call it the Bell's box, and so we have a local store in Florida that it's Bell's.
Yeah.
And that's
it's the Christmas special. It
was
the Christmas time.
Yes.
A perfect gift for him.
Exactly.
Okay.
Probably wife got it on Black Friday special, exactly. Right? It's yellow. He cracks it open. It's never been touched. He had to get a little bit that he had to put into the screwdriver, and it was about an inch.
It's versatile, though. I mean, you can put,
we didn't have one on
You
our
didn't
boat.
have one at all, so maybe y'all should buy your husband's on Black Friday at
Right.
Bell's.
I'm telling you, it's just a little short, so I think I'm going to go I might go to Lowe's and get
Guess what, James? You better hit Harbor Freight for James.
Oh,
Get
everybody.
something.
Well, the guys, I told them that's what they're getting for Christmas this year.
Exactly.
So it was never been touched, so it was interesting. He did give us what he had. So we went back to the boat. That was too short. So then Karen and I proceeded to walk to another boat. And this one is a good 100 yards out. I mean, it's, and I'm tired, right? I'm sober and I'm tired. My legs hurt trotting through water. We stumble on the island, tents, which they obviously slept there, and a TV. There was this 55-inch flat screen TV. They were watching a college ball game.
Duh, what else? You cannot, it's football season. You know that. Football, Florida State. It decides what our weekend's about. So I can totally get that. That's the best of both, where you still go on the boat and you can still watch Florida State.
I know. And I was all up in their tent looking at this setup, because I was like, how in the heyday did they get this TV out here? Then they had a generator that you couldn't barely hear. So then we look to the left into the water, and it's a sausage party. When I say there's 5 or 6 boats, and they're all men.
All men.
So I'm like, they've got to have a number 3 flathead screwdriver, right?
Exactly.
So me and Karen go up there, and we asked him. She, of course, asked him, and I said, we do not have crack. I had to set the stage, for her before she said anything. Sure enough, they had one. So we get back to the boat. It's like they're all clapping their hands. We got the right head screwdriver. But remember, we still have to walk it back to this guy's boat, 100 yards. We did offer him some rum, Kraken rum. That's the brand. So Karen, for whatever reason, in her bag had a wine glass, in a brand new wine glass in a cover. Like, it was brand new, never been opened. I'm like, Karen, why do you have? She's like, I don't know. I have this. You just never know.
Because you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
And I was like, okay, makes sense. Well, the Kraken rum was already in a cooler, so it was nice and cold. So it made sense to pour that into this cup. So we are treading through water back with a number 3 screwdriver and a glass of rum.
Was it in one of those plastic, it looks like a tumbler, but it's a wine glass? Is it something like that?
Yeah, it was something. Okay. It was something like that. It was definitely a throwaway.
Cool. Yeah.
So we get up back to the sausage party. We thank the guys very much for the screwdriver, and he wants us to take this shot with him. Now, keep in mind, this is called Kraken rum.
Yes.
I'm sober. Not my kind of party yet. But I did assure him that we didn't put any crack or GHB or roofing in it.
We may have wanted that. I mean, it was that kind of party over there.
I don't know. So, needless to say, that ended up well, and then we ended up leaving and proceeded on to another sandbar, and it ended up to be a good day. And
you had no more mechanical issues. You made it back to shore safely.
We
clearly.
sure did.
Clearly.
It was kind of nice to be able to just someone drop me off
at
the shore
and
get in my car.
That boat.
Nope, didn't have to clean the boat. No, nothing. Just go home and
take a shower
and eat.
Listen to boom boom music in the backyard.
Listen to some boom boom music, and I had to make potato salad last night, and I had a crock pot meal going on.
There you go. See,
that was my weekend, and now I'm here with you.
Yeah.
So tell me what'd you do yesterday or this weekend?
We had gone out, and then we met up with friends, and they were out, and they had obviously been out for many more hours than we had been out, and obviously I'm not drinking because I'm pregnant, so I was very, very sober walking into a party that was very much happening already.
Well, what time did you go out?
Oh, it was 9:30.
At night?
Yeah. We left at 8, but we had gone someplace first, and then we went to the second location, and everybody, they were having a really good time. Rightfully so. They're not pregnant. They can do whatever they want.
But doesn't it suck when you show up to a party late and you're not on their level?
The best part was that normally, obviously, being pregnant and being the designated driver, it happens to me every weekend, but Jason was not on that level at all. I mean, he probably at this point only had 3 beers over the course of 5 hours, so he was pretty much as sober as I was. Right. And he just looked at me and was like, really? And I was like, hey, this was last Saturday, bud. This was me putting up with all of you last Saturday, So yeah, we got there. Everybody was having a good time. Good for them, and some guy just proposed to his girlfriend in the middle of the bar, and they were happy. It was fantastic. And
wait, somebody proposed to somebody in the middle of the bar?
Yeah. We got there on the backside, so we didn't see the
Okay.
proposal. So I will say, but it was, you know, the mood was like, oh, very sweet,
Oh, cool.
very loving, because, you know, love is fantastic. And,
Just awkward, but go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean, you know, whatever works for them. And then, like, so that was at like 9:30, 9:45, and then we place closed at 11. We went back somewhere else, and then we're gonna go home. We come home and we leave, and the couple that had just gotten engaged is fighting on the side of the road in the rain. Less than 2 hours later, I was like, man, it was again another reminder to me of drinking.
Right.
Because when you're sober now all the time, like, you see, like, people start these little fights over nothing because they've been drinking. So that was probably it. I really hope they're having a much better morning, and I hope they're celebrating their love with each other.
I mean, it'd be nice if they were singing in the rain after being engaged. But
Yes.
fighting in the rain, yeah.
Yes. It
not a
didn't
good-
look like an aggressive fight, but it definitely was enough. That way, I'm sure they wanted to end the night how
Yeah.
it went.
Maybe the ring wasn't big enough. Maybe that's what she was
It was
mad
a
about.
beautiful ring.
Really?
It really was
Oh,
a
wow.
beautiful ring.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
So I hope today's a good day, and I
Yeah.
hope that, you know, they go on. But that was then we go home, and I mean, I felt great as always waking
Yeah.
up on Sunday mornings now, because I didn't have anything to drink last night, and I think that Jason did as well, because he didn't have much to drink last night.
You feel like more productive.
oh my god, I feel like everything done.
Yeah,
like
I
I
know.
feel like clear, ready to go.
I know.
So,
It's definitely when you don't have a night
Yeah.
of drinking, you feel definitely clear-minded. Well, I have to say, that is crazy as AF.
as AF.
AF. So listen, today's topic is going to be words kids use these days. And I say AF because apparently it means as and
Yeah,
the F word.
gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that kids use.
Do you think, like, Gavin used to say, oh my god, so freaking crazy, or something like that? And I'd be like, listen, just because you're substituting the bad word doesn't make it okay.
You know what? You got a good point there. Because in my household growing up, that was a bad word. Because
Yeah.
it was almost like a preview to what the real word meant.
Or it'd be like, what the F? And I'm like, no, like, just because you're not saying it, you're still
Right.
using the term, like, in that. So do you think, like, with Taylor, would you ever be like, I mean, AF, I don't know, I think it's not that bad, but yeah, like, they'd be like, I'd be like, what the F? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's not okay. So I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fine line. It's a tippy toe
Yeah.
situation. It's a
Yeah.
very gray area. So, you know, and I think they say that just to like
See how
test the
far they can
boundaries.
push it?
Yeah,
for
pushing it.
sure. Mm-hmm.
So I went over these words with a 16-year-old, my daughter. I kind of wanted to understand them and what they mean, and so we're going to talk about these words.
So you totally looked them up, which is like so old lady style. Like,
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to look them up. I looked them up on Urban Dictionary was one of them. I really had to research hard for these because these words are not words that they may be in my vocabulary,
Right.
but that's not what they're actually meant to form.
You know what's probably even better? She probably gave you words they don't use because of real words she doesn't want you to know the meaning.
Oh, yeah, I'm
and
sure.
so they're gonna listen to this and they're gonna be like, they're so stupid.
That's our code word for something
Well,
else.
like last weekend, like our niece spent the night. I was like, hey, like, listen, we're doing this episode. Can you send me like some of your stuff? And she's like, yeah, of course. I was like, because I don't want to sound like, you know, uncool. Obviously, she must have think that I am so uncool that she didn't even send them to me.
Oh my
She was
gosh.
probably like, I can't be associated with this. So that's how far off I'm from this.
Oh, geez.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Well, I have to kind of start this episode with a funny story, trying to be a cool mom and using the right terms. So when Taylor was, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years old, she used to go to an after-school care program. And there was a song out by Nicki Minaj, and it was called Bees in a Trap. Okay. Now, I probably had never heard the song, to be honest with you, but I just knew that that was her song. And so where I was working, I had a couple employees who were like, all right, goodbye, good night, Kim. And one of them said, you're going to be like bees in a trap. And I'm like, what does that mean? She's like you're leaving. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. So I go to Taylor's school, right, to go pick her up. She's like 8 or 9. I'm like, hey, come on, look at my bees at the trap. And the daycare workers looked at me because they were young and looked at me kind of awkward. And I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I didn't Google it. I don't know why I didn't Google it. So the next day I get to work and I said, listen, I got to ask you a question. What does bees in a trap really mean? She goes, that means that you're going to the drug house. I was like, what? I'm like,
Your daughter, I'm like, come on, sweetie, we're gonna go get some crack and rum.
Seriously. Oh my god, that was like the last time I ever tried to use cool words like that. Bees in a trap. It means going to the drug house.
That's it.
And that's what Nicki Minaj's song's about. So
Okay.
I find myself at times, I've used a few of these words.
Right.
I want to say just in a cool meaning.
Yeah.
So let me, first one, which is a really unique one. I think this one's the VSCO girl.
Okay.
It's VSCO.
Does it stand for something?
No, and that's the thing I can't find.
Okay.
But it does say that these are girls that wear oversized t-shirts or sweatshirts with Nike shorts. They wear Vans, Crocs, which Crocs are like in style.
Right. Well, they're all VSCO girls and boys, apparently, then.
They wear Birks. I think those are those...
they're Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks. Is that the...
They were in style when we were in high school.
I think they call them
like Jesus shoes.
The Jerusalem Cruisers.
Cruisers.
Yeah.
That's what Jason calls my Jerusalem Cruisers. I'll put these slides on. He's like, girl, you got your Jerusalem Cruisers on.
No. And a shell necklace.
Oh, that's my favorite. Like, Jason has this great picture of him from, like, 2000s with a shell necklace on. And so every time we like see it, it's like a picture of him and his sisters, and like they probably got it for Christmas for their mom or something. And it's just like, way to rock it, babe. That's amazing.
We should put the picture of that up on our podcast after we do this.
Exactly.
Find it.
I'm gonna go and take a picture of it so we can definitely post
with him in it. With him in it.
Yeah. Oh
okay,
yeah. No, I don't know where the necklace. I'm gonna buy him a necklace for Christmas or something. Like, I got for bringing it back. You're gonna be a VSCO boy now.
And there we go. We're gonna make up our own terms. And apparently she can't leave at home with a scrunchie, and her favorite car is a Jeep, and I got a problem with that.
Are you a VSCO girl?
I am not a VSCO girl. But if you keep looking at the definition of this, it almost reminds me of someone like from the 90s.
Yeah, well, like that whole grunge thing kind of went through in the 90s.
Yes.
But I have seen, like, so whenever, like, maybe in our early 20s or going out, even in our 30s, like, you would dress, right? So you would, I mean, like, especially, like, out on the town, like, a nice dress or, like, heels, something like that. Well, now younger people wear, like, jogger pants and crop tops and sneakers.
Right.
And like wealthy people. I'm not talking like, you know, I'm
Right.
talking like wealthy famous people.
Right.
You know, like that's go crazy. Like
I don't get it.
it goes back to our whole thing, like presenting yourself to the world, but they're wealthy. I guess they don't,
Right. They don't care.
need to worry about it.
They don't care what they're wearing.
Mhm.
So my next one, which I think we've all heard this one more recently, is basic white girl.
Yes.
Right? So, or they'll say you're so basic.
Basic. I think that it's even gone. It's just straight basic.
Just
now.
basic now?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Okay.
basic white girl. I think it's just basic. Girl, you basic.
Yeah, you basic. Like, I drink
Yes.
Trulies. I don't like White Claws.
You are basic.
But Taylor tells me I'm basic.
You are basic. And I think it's not even gone from basic girl. You're basic bitch.
Basic bitch.
You're a basic bitch.
That is insane. I don't understand how I can be basic and just, having an iPhone, or because I go to Starbucks, they say that you're basic if a starter kit is you have to have Uggs, leggings, or yoga pants. I'm comfortable.
Check.
Hello. Pumpkin spice. I mean, there's always that big phenomenon with pumpkin spice.
I'm not a big pumpkin spice girl. Like, I like pumpkin pie
Ugh.
at Thanksgiving, but I do not like pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice, like other. I did get a really good pumpkin bread from Starbucks one time. We were volunteering somewhere and they had it there. That was really good, but it was like moist. I don't like pumpkin spice stuff.
Yeah, neither do I.
No.
No, I don't get
Sorry.
that. And Starbucks, forget Starbucks. Like,
I can't order. It's too hard.
I don't know how.
We're such.
I don't know how to speak the lingo. Monday.
Do you remember that time that Taylor made you wait in line?
For that water?
For that venti water?
For that venti water? 20 minutes we waited in line at a Starbucks for venti water. Mm-hmm. And here I am thinking that it was going to be some special water.
Like bottled water. They're going to hand you this like beautiful bottle.
Like a
and
Voss
you're gonna spend,
bottle.
it's going to spend $20 for this bottle or something.
I'm like, all right, we can rock this venti water.
Because
whatever.
you're being cool, Mom.
Trying to be a cool
You're
mom.
Trying to learn the lingo.
Trying to learn lingo. So I get up there and I'm like, venti water. Like, I get to the microphone, right? Because the speaker box thinking I'm ordering something. Like, look at me, I'm ordering a venti water. 20 minutes later, I get up there, and it's just a large water.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because it's in a Starbucks cup.
And they do triple filter it, so it is supposed to be better tasting, but I don't think Taylor ordered it for that reason. She got it so she could be basic.
Oh, totally basic. And you know what? I said, you know what? You better bring that cup
and
home.
now she's calling you on basic.
She's totally calling me basic on the
She's not basic anymore,
No.
though.
But I'll tell you what, I told her, I'm like, you take that cup home and you refill that with some tap water, okay? There's your venti water. I spent $5 on a venti water. I could have went over to Racetrack and got 2 for $1.
Exactly.
Anyways. Oh, insane. I just don't understand. Now, this next one, yeet.
Okay.
Now, I did see this word in a different context on a vehicle. And I want to say it was a young kid's vehicle. Yee yee.
Okay.
Have you ever seen yee yee?
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a country term, like yee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I don't know. But this is to throw or chuck something, or to do something to be like, whatever, I might drop this class. Like, why would you add that in there?
I don't know.
That makes no sense to me.
That's so weird.
It's such an awkward word. I don't even understand. Next one, thick.
So there's two terms for thick. So apparently from what I'm learning here, is that there's this thick.
Right.
Which is the looking good in your skin no matter your size or shape. That's cool, right? So I think that's very positive, obviously.
Which I would love to be called thick.
Right.
But like back in like the 90s.
But no, it's on here again. Like you have thick, like, well, no, this one's good too. Nice butt, nice legs, not skinny.
Meat
on your bones. It's good thick. But yeah, no, I mean back in the day, thick was not good.
No, not good at all.
No, girl, you're thick.
Yeah, you're thick. Like that's not something you talked about. Like you were not thick. But now you're thick.
Yeah,
like,
you're thick. You don't care. You don't care what you look like. You confident.
Right. I don't get that. So that's that. I mean, I would like to be referred to as thick because I feel like I'm thick. Thick-boned.
Right.
But it's a compliment.
There you go. See?
20 years ago, not a compliment.
Not at all. No way.
Dank.
Dank. You dank. Oh no, dank is good.
Yeah.
I would have thought dank is bad.
That
right?
just sound like dank. Like right.
Well, because definitely because we would be like junk.
That's
junk and dank. We're like they sound similar. I think maybe that like junk, would be
something. Okay, that's like a bridge over from the. It's like okay.
Yeah, but junk is bad.
Junk is bad.
Yeah, and so that's why I would have thought that dank is bad. But
yeah, I don't
like
understand.
Dank and stank. That's probably why I thought of dank and stank.
Well, you dank. Like
Girl,
if someone said you dank, I'd be like, those are fighting words.
Exactly.
But apparently it's something good. So I
Girl,
don't know.
you thick and dank.
Oh, I'm like, what? Oh God, I'm good and I'm sexy. All right, I'll take that. This next one, left me on read.
Right, so this refers to, you're saying Snapchat, but you get a text message from somebody, right? And
right.
You text them, especially somebody that has a read response on theirs that says read, or then you see the bubbles start, and then they said nothing.
What's up with that? Explain that to me.
Well, it may have been like they hit on accident, like a character, and then it pops up and it stays up, and then it didn't finish it, but like, you read it.
Right.
You clearly maybe wanted to say something, but you just forgot about me.
Right.
Like...
Oh, heck no.
Yes.
See, James has his on red, and he doesn't know that I know that.
Yeah.
So I know
no, he does.
when he's red, and my sister does too.
Yes.
And I don't know if some people, because I think it defaults that way when you get an iPhone.
Yes.
So you have to change it to take it
Yes.
off. So that's like a great tool
for
those who see that you have that, because they're like, I know you read my text message. Why aren't you responding to me?
Don't you really? This really ticks me off. So you have basic girl who cannot live without her phone. Phone is in hand all the time, right? You text and then there's no response. It's like, I know you got your phone with you.
Right.
Like, doesn't that piss you off?
That does make me mad.
Oh my God.
Because you know it's in their back pocket.
Yes. And they just chose not to respond to you.
Right. I don't understand that.
Yes, and then I found out, like, it's with everybody they do this with, so it must just be their MO, because there's, like, a particular Karen that does this, but, and I'm like, you constantly have your phone, like, okay, fine, maybe you don't have a response, like, hey, we're gonna do this weekend, do you want to go? Oh, let me talk to my husband, and I'll let you know, or, like, sounds good, let me think about it, I'll let you know, or, like, hey, I got your message, like, acknowledge the fact that it was sent.
Crickets.
It is crickets.
That.
Oh, Karen. She
right.
Get on her phone.
Or didn't you get those long text messages? Or what about a group text? James hates a group text. I love to start them.
Yeah, he does. Like all those birthday ones, like y'all did for me, and he put them in it, and then they started messing with him because he hated it so much.
And I'm like, you know what? You're sitting in a tractor by yourself, employed. You don't have to. You're not in an office where you got to hide your phone.
Well, I think the reason this is what I told the guys, and he's listening to music in his tractor, and you're messing with his tunes, right? So every time it goes off, his music pauses. You're pissing him off.
That's it.
That's why he was mad.
And he listens to like News Junkies and Tom and Dan shows.
So you're messing
like,
with his.
I said it must come in at the perfect time, when they're talking about something juicy, and then it comes in.
And he's like,
he gets so irritated.
Yeah, and he pisses him off. But yeah, like Jason has a softball text that like he can put it on mute so it doesn't interrupt.
Okay.
And like he'll look down at it and it's got like 200 messages on there. And I was like, how do you read? Where do you start in the conversation? Like you get in there, you open it up, and they're like, "Whoa, they're talking about this." Now you got to go all the way back through like 200, and they're still coming. Like,
yeah, you got time for that. No way. But I guess what this left on read is, I guess it's a Snapchat when you open your Snap and they can see that you see it, but you didn't respond. Which is also another thing sliding into your DMs. Like, I used that the other day and Taylor about died laughing. And I just randomly said it because I said something to her about Instagram. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go slide in your DM. And she's like, what? How do you even know what that is? I'm like, probably because I was watching one of those shows on MTV or something. And I was like, they talk about that, and that's like sliding into your, it's like your mail, I guess, on Instagram.
Oh, like opening it?
Like opening, it's like a DM. It's, I don't know what DM even stands for, but I'm
direct message.
Okay, sliding into your DM. I'm sliding in.
Do you have to like swipe to get in there or something?
There's like a little mailbox up at the corner.
Yes,
you got to click on that. Yeah. So it's quite interesting.
Man, we're terrible at this.
I know. OG.
Yes.
So OG has like two meanings.
Okay.
One is that it's just original.
Right.
Or original gangster.
Yeah, I think that, like, so it is quite, I've heard this before. I've heard the kids use it. And I was like, yeah, you're definitely original gangster. Like, go back to your middle class, like, basic white girl house and tell me you're the original gangster.
Like, what?
Come on.
Well, you know, it's funny because I recently figured this term out, and I watched Teen Mom on MTV, and their show's Teen Mom OG. So I don't know if it's the original gangster. Like, they did that for that purpose. I don't know if they started it.
Is it the first set of Teen Moms that is? So
it's the original.
Okay. So I don't think I think they're probably going original, not original gangsta.
Gotcha. So it's probably the O and the G in original, which is OG. But otherwise, people are saying OG. Original gangster.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Next one, swole.
Swole. Oh, you swole up. Like, at the gym, you don't swole up.
Yeah, see how you say
swole
it?
Up,
swole up. I'm sort of like I'm swole up. I guess that's someone who's buff. So you swole.
And I think I've actually used that. Like, he's so swole. Like, somebody who uses steroids.
Right, we use that, but like we use it in the right, I think, context.
Yeah, like, oh my god, you see so-and-so? Like, they next so swole. Like...
Right. Yeah, I don't get that one. That's an awkward one. Now, there's other one, which is almost, it's not OG, but it's OC.
Yeah, I read this, and I was like, this is something I'm going to start listening out for and texting text messages for.
Me too.
Because the kids are driving now, and so this is a little different. Like, before, obviously, we had to take them somewhere and pick them up, so this would not have happened.
Right.
But now that they're driving, this was I'm like, I started listening for this one.
Seriously. And because it means open crib, which means no parents are at home at a gathering or a party.
We should have had that.
I'm telling you. I kind of thought, well, dang, that's pretty crafty. Hey, man, we OC.
Yeah.
Like, that means...
Where y'all going tonight, the OC?
Right.
And we could have told our parents it's like the bowling alley or something.
That's right. That could have been the movie house. That could have been anything.
Although I got that app on my phone with that Life 360, so I could. But it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't know if somebody was home or not. I guess.
I know. That's true. And it's funny because I have a Life 360 too, and I keep forgetting that I have it. Yeah. So I keep asking Taylor, "Where are you?" She's like, "Mom, look on your phone." I'm like,
I usually ask only because, like, if I don't want it to be an intrusive thing to the point like I'm checking on you constantly. Right. So I'll just ask, like, "Hey, what's going on? Where are you?" And so for him to tell me, and I use it as secondary to check on things or speed. Because it tells me, and because I pay for it, so I know, like, if he's using his phone while driving, I know how fast he's going, and it tells me those certain things. That's what, like, for that. I don't want to be, like, spying all the time. Thank God my parents didn't have this app when I was growing up. Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine?
No. And so I try to give him a little bit more, like, leeway on things. Instead of checking first, I ask him first.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, I don't even, it's sad that I forget. So maybe that's a good thing that she thinks I seriously forget that I have it.
Yeah.
So then she's gonna, or she tracks me. She's like, where are you? Why?
Oh, my God. Gavin drives me insane.
Oh.
Mom, where are you? Like, where are you going? Like, why aren't you here? You're supposed to be picking me up now.
Right.
And I was like, calm down. He's like, Mom, where's Jason? Like, he's just leaving work now. I'm like, sorry. Like, he had to work. Like, I have to wait.
Right. I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
I know. I get Taylor said, where are you at? She goes, I see you. I'm like, what do you mean you see me? Like, I'm like 5 minutes away. She's like, I'm like, oh, on the app. Like, okay.
I think maybe they do it because, like, everything is in their hands, and so there's nothing else, so they don't know what they're so socialized with other people, so they're just on their phone, and so they're like, okay, let me find out where she's at or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah.
So
it's gonna suck.
I feel like worse than my mom tracking me, but I'm getting tracked by Gavin.
I know, right?
I'm coming.
Like, I better be on point. I better be behaving myself.
Oh, God.
I better be going down to Rachel's or nothing. She might know where I'm at. I think I can turn that app off though. I think there's a way you can disable it.
I don't know. I think it's tough. I think like you can as the administrator.
Okay. Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
Not them, obviously. Yeah. That would be the worst app ever.
No, and James is like, I gotta get that on you. I'm like, no, you don't need it on me, okay? You don't.
Well, there was times like, oh, Jason's birthday. Remember we were surprising him at the restaurant, and I went to your house to drop off the stuff to you. Reagan and I came during the day, and I don't know if he was playing golf or doing something, and I I'm like, I hope he doesn't pull it up. He'd be like, why are you in Hope Sound?
Right.
There's no reason for me ever to be in Hope Sound. Like, there's nothing down there that I would need. And I think I told him, like, we were going to Bells or something, so at least it got me, like, okay, at least if I can get around Cove Road area,
right.
like, I can kind of play that off, and he didn't see me until I was back to Cove Road or something like that, because I was like, I can't play this off if he knows that I'm here in Hope Sound at your house. That's dropping off the cake and, like, the decorations or something.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's going to even, like, for Christmas time, too. If you're going to Christmas shopping and you're going to a particular store.
Or Bass Pro. I mean,
they're going to, hello, winter chicken dinner. I wonder what's going on in there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, for sure. Next one is Bougie. And I say it like that, Bougie.
Well, you know, I actually, so there's a lady I follow on Instagram, love her, Krista Horton, and she, like, her life is all on Instagram, like a lot of the influencers, but she's got like her kids in like their house sometimes is a hot mess, and I think it's cool because she shows you a hot mess, but that's their dog's name, and I didn't know what it meant. I had to look it up.
Bougie?
Yeah. Oh,
that's hilarious.
I was like, what does this mean? Like, and I definitely felt like I was out of the circles of knowing what's hip and not hip, because I had to look it up.
Well, I've used the word sometimes. I'm like, man, that's bougie.
Gotcha.
And Taylor will call me out, Mom, don't use that word. No. Don't use it like that. I still try to just not be using the trap words, but just be like the cool, simple words. Girl, you extra.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, maybe. Maybe a little extra. That girl last night was extra fighting.
Yes. That was very extra.
It was. That drinking got her extra.
That's right.
A little dramatic.
A little extra over the top. So, I don't know. I guess I could probably use that word. I guess I could understand that word. Girl, you extra. Yes. I get that one. Okay.
I've actually heard one of my nieces use that before.
Yeah?
Yes.
You'd be an extra.
Yeah, because one of my nieces, that's definitely like her style.
Yeah. Snack. Now, when I think of snack, I think of going to Little Debbie's and going to my pantry, getting an oatmeal pie.
Those are the best.
Okay? They are the best.
Or the Nutter Butters.
Oh, the Nutter Butters.
Not the Nutter something, whatever they are.
The Swiss cake rolls in the freezer.
Oh yeah. When I eat a Swiss cake roll, I unroll it.
Do you really?
Yeah, like I take the hard, like, chocolate on the outside, I eat that off first, and then it just gives me the cake, and then I unroll it. And I, like, lick the stuff. What? It's a process.
I've never heard
Girl,
that.
you know how many calories are in that thing? I gotta enjoy this as long as possible. But yeah, I take, like, the hard chocolate covering off, eat all that, and then I unroll it. And then
I've never even thought about that.
Girl, try it. It takes that snack and makes it a lot longer.
But you know what? I know I'm being bad, so I just want to whoop it down. I want to forget about what I'm about to do.
I'm afraid if I eat it fast, I'll win another one. So if I slow this down, maybe my body will enjoy it more.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That is true. Very true. But a snack means somebody who's attractive, a male or a female. Girl, use a snack.
I could hear someone saying that back, and they're like, use a snack. You're so good. I could just eat you. Yeah.
But I'm over here thinking about getting my Little Debbie's, my oatmeal pie. That's where my head's at.
Exactly.
So the next one, Taylor referred to someone as this the other day.
Oh, my husband has this completely.
Dad bod.
Yes.
And
it's
I didn't
so
know.
Sexy though. I love it. I think for a grown man, like, I don't know, like, I just think it's attractive. I mean, I don't think he's got like a bad dad bod. Let me put that out there. But you know,
well, James definitely got a dad bod, and he's like a grandpa and a dad bod all in one. But this was used for describe a high school kid, because her and I were talking. And she was like, "Oh, but he's got a dad bod." I'm like, "What the heck's a dad bod?" She's like, like thick, like they're not skinny.
Listen, you have a dad bod because you're so busy taking care of your family, you can't go to the gym anymore.
Well, that's what it really
That's
means.
why you got a dad bod.
But that's what they're using that term is dad bod, meaning that they're like thicker.
Right,
so
right.
I just thought, okay, that just weird that you use that term.
Yes.
Lit.
Oh, that's been up for a while.
I know, but still, I just don't understand.
That's lit.
That's lit.
I bet if we use that word, they would look at us like we lost our mind.
I know.
Like we are so, you guys are so ridiculous.
And I would use it, but probably in the wrong context somehow, some way, I'm sure.
I think they use lit now and they're high or something like that.
That's what lit meant to me
right.
back in the day.
Yeah. You're so lit.
Yes. I know. Yeah, didn't know. Thirsty. Thirsty meaning that you seem desperate.
Yeah, I could totally see this one. I mean, I think I would use it more so with people who gossip. Like, you're so thirsty for information. Like, you know, like, why you want to know so much?
Well, I'm thinking I need a glass of water if somebody says thirsty, right?
Well, I mean, yes, I guess in that context, like, hey, I'm thirsty, like, that would be different than, girl, you're so thirsty.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if you say, hey, girl, I'm thirsty, but if you're in high school, you're like, who you desperate? Who are you going after?
Yeah, I don't think they'd be like, in the conversation would be like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. It would be like, ugh, I just want him so bad. I'm so thirsty. You know, like it would have to be in the context. I would hope they would know. I mean, And not someone gonna die of thirst in the lunchroom.
And I just picked up on a new one today.
You did?
Yeah. Or no, not yesterday when I was on the boat with Karen. Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Meaning you think, go to your room and clean your room.
Right.
Means straight. I'm straight, dog.
Okay, are you clean like you're clean of drugs? Are you clean like you ain't no scrub chasing waterfalls back in the day of STDs? You just clean?
That means I'm straight, dog. I'm clean. I mean, that's
How was the context? Did this person, Karen, say clean yesterday, or Karen just tell you about lingo clean?
No, Karen was neither. She was in the presence while this word was being used.
Okay.
So she was just my sidekick yesterday.
All right, I didn't know. I didn't know someone used it, or they just said
they used it. They said, "Bro, I'm clean." But they were drinking.
Were they clean saying it? Like, were they trying to hook up with somebody, or were they talking about
that? And I asked. I said, "What does that mean?" It means I'm straight.
I think it means they're sober.
Okay, but he was drinking.
Okay, well, they think they sober.
Gotcha. I'm like, clean.
Because they ain't riding dirty.
Now, what's riding dirty mean?
You riding with drugs in your car, you drinking and driving, you something dirty. You riding dirty. If you got pulled over, you'd be busted because you're riding dirty.
That's right. How's that song go? You catch me riding dirty. Who sings that song?
The girl,
I don't know.
I'm terrible at that. Don't ask me that.
Yeah, I don't ride dirty.
Do you think our parents had these conversations trying to figure out what we're talking about? Or they just didn't care?
They didn't care. I think they think we were just nuts. And the kids have I think access to different words and social media and Google and Urban Dictionary to look up stuff.
I would say so. I mean, I don't know. I think if I used the word scrub back in the day, my mom would be like, "What, you gotta go clean the bathroom?"
Right.
You know, and I'd be like, "No, Mom, he is scrub. Is he clean a lot?" You know?
He's a scrub. Nobody wants no scrubs.
Do you think you still use a lot of the words from back in the day? I was thinking about them. People like Seinfeld, it was yada yada yada. People might still use something like that. How's it hanging? Something or there was what was Urkel, my bad, or something
my
like
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Like that, you know.
I still use that. It's funny because I think some of those are just ingrained in your vocabulary.
Yeah, back in the day. And I probably would still be like, "Hey girl, remember back in the day?" I probably said it during this podcast.
Right. And back in the day is the equivalent of OG.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Exactly.
Maybe,
You'd be back in the day, you
Yep.
know. I think there was and there were some super annoying ones oh my god, so our high school, we were the Bulldogs, there was nothing worse than who let the dogs out. And it was I can't stand it. I think if that song plays, it gets under my skin, and it irritates me.
They still play it.
Do they still play it?
Yeah,
oh, that was awful. But yeah, so TMI.
TMI.
And I know people still use that a lot. Do the kids use it?
I don't know.
I don't think
I've never, maybe if they do, I've never heard
and then the movie Clueless, so everything they can't, whatever.
With
With the thing with the hands,
oh, yes.
with the hand, whatever. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I probably have said that. I probably said that more recent too.
Yeah. So obviously every generation's gonna have their lingo. Obviously, I think ours is better than theirs.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure our parents like things for groovy.
Yeah.
You know, I remember in the 6th grade, Mr. Daly was my science teacher.
He was a cool teacher.
He was super cool. And then he ended up becoming he's the dean at Hidden Oaks now when Gavin went there. But he was so cool because he was a surfer and whatever. And he would be like, "Oh, this new cool word's coming out of California." I'm like, "It's just stupid, Mr. Daly," you know, because we're stupid 6th graders. And he was right. 6 months later, this word would hit the lingo on the East Coast.
Yeah, they say that everything happens in California and then just
works
trickles
its way
over to the East Coast.
Must be things that are in style start that way, because you would think other things on the East Coast finance and things, because our markets start earlier and things like that. But yeah,
right.
all things that go in cycles. Yeah, they start over there. But yeah, old Mr. Daly, he was right.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I wonder if Mr. Daly remembers that. We're gonna find him
we'll have to remind him.
Hey, Mr. Daly, do you remember this?
We'll have to remind him of his words.
Mm-hmm. So.
Don't forget to check out our website. It's super easy. It's whathappenedthisweek.com. You can sign up for our VIP mailing list. You'll be the first one to know when a new episode drops, as well as any promotions or when we have updated our blog. Our blog will include our show notes, so you guys definitely have to check that out. And we're going to include a funny picture that either describes the episode from our past, or I'm going to have to dig in the vault
See, whatever we've been talking about, hopefully we can find something in there. It's definitely a tough one to find. Old pictures.
Old
All my
pictures.
stuff's in storage, remember? Yes.
That's right. And definitely make sure that wherever you're listening to podcasts, please subscribe. We want to know that you like listening to us, that you're downloading the episodes. It just makes us happy. And if you hate us, that's fine too. Just let us know either way.
Don't forget, we'll talk about it.
And thanks so much, guys. And just always remember,
We're just
saying what you're thinking.